For 40 years, Saturn appeared to be breaking the laws of physics. Every spacecraft we sent confirmed it. Every measurement agreed, and every single one of them was wrong. Every time a new spacecraft arrived, every time a new instrument measured it, the planet seemed to be spinning at a different speed. Faster than before, then slower, then faster again. The numbers never converged, and nobody could explain why, because what those instruments were detecting should have been physically impossible. Planets do not change their rotation. Not in 20 years, not in 40 years, not in a billion years without some catastrophic external force. A planet the size of Saturn, 95 times the mass of Earth, a world so large that 1,700 Earths could fit inside, it cannot simply speed up and slow down its spin, and yet every new measurement said it had. In March 2026, the James Webb Space Telescope finally solved it, and the answer was not what anyone expected. Saturn's rotation was never changing at all. Something else entirely was happening, something that had been fooling every spacecraft, every radio telescope, and every scientist who ever tried to measure it. And the mechanism behind it is one of the most extraordinary discoveries in planetary science in a generation. The problem begins in 1980, when Voyager 1 became the first spacecraft to measure Saturn's rotation accurately. Using natural radio signals emitted from the planet's magnetic field, the most reliable tool available, scientists calculated a day on Saturn as 10 hours, 39 minutes and 23 seconds. It was a landmark measurement, and for 20 years it was accepted as definitive. Then Cassini arrived. When NASA's Cassini spacecraft entered Saturn's orbit in 2004 and took its own measurements using the same radio method, something was wrong. The rotation rate had changed. The length of a Saturnian day was now registering at 10 hours and 45 minutes, 6 minutes longer than Voyager had recorded. In the 20 years between those two missions, Saturn appeared to have slowed its spin by 6 full minutes. 6 minutes sounds small. It is not. For a planet of Saturn's scale, a 6-minute change in rotation represents an almost incomprehensible transfer of angular momentum. It would require the equivalent of a collision with another planetary body. And there had been no collision, there had been nothing. Saturn had simply, silently and impossibly changed speed. Cassini continued measuring throughout its 13-year mission, and the number kept shifting, different readings at different times. Different values from different methods. By the time Cassini was intentionally crashed into Saturn's atmosphere in 2017, scientists had accumulated a catalogue of measurements that disagreed with each other by up to 15 minutes. The rotation of the most iconic planet in the solar system was somehow unmeasurable. In 2021, Professor Tom Stallard of Northumbria University made the first real breakthrough. He discovered that Saturn's rotation was never actually changing. What was changing was the radio signals scientists had been using to measure it. Here is what he found. Saturn, like all the outer planets, has a magnetosphere, a vast region of charged particles controlled by its magnetic field. Scientists had been using the rhythm of radio signals from this magnetosphere as a proxy for the planet's rotation, the same way you might use the swing of a clock pendulum to measure time. But on Saturn, the pendulum was not attached to the clock. The magnetospheric signals were being influenced by something in the planet's upper atmosphere. powerful winds that were generating their own electrical currents and distorting the very signals scientists were reading. Saturn was not speeding up or slowing down. The measurement itself was broken, and the culprit was Saturn's own atmosphere. But this explanation raised an immediate question, one that would take 5 more years and the most powerful telescope ever built to answer. If atmospheric winds were corrupting the signal, what was driving those winds? What force was creating high-altitude currents powerful enough to fool every spacecraft humanity had ever sent to Saturn? The answer, when it finally arrived, was sitting in the most beautiful phenomenon in the solar system. On November 29, 2024, the James Webb Space Telescope trained its near-infrared spectrograph on Saturn's northern polar region and stared without interruption for a full Saturnian day, 10.5 hours. The data it collected was unlike anything scientists had obtained before. Webb was looking for a molecule called trihydrogen cation, a charged hydrogen molecule that forms naturally in Saturn's upper atmosphere and acts as a thermometer. By tracking the infrared glow of this molecule across the entire auroral region, the team built the most detailed temperature and particle density maps ever produced of Saturn's northern lights. And those maps revealed the mechanism that had hidden in plain sight for 40 years. And this is what stopped the scientists. Saturn's aurora, its equivalent of Earth's northern lights, is not a passive phenomenon. It is an active, self-powering engine. The aurora heats the upper atmosphere unevenly, creating a temperature difference across the polar region. That temperature difference drives powerful high-altitude winds. Those winds carry charged particles through the magnetic field, generating electrical currents. Those currents flow into and out of the planet, and in doing so, they power the aurora all over again. The aurora sustains itself through its own energy output in a continuous loop that never stops. The scale of this feedback loop is difficult to comprehend. The winds generated by the auroral heating reach speeds of hundreds of meters per second in Saturn's upper atmosphere, far faster than any surface-level winds on Earth. They carry charged particles across vast distances, threading them through a magnetic field that stretches millions of kilometers into space. The electrical currents those particles generate are detectable by spacecraft hundreds of thousands of kilometers away. And the entire system, from the light of the aurora down to the electrical current flowing back into the planet, operates in a continuous, unbroken loop powered by nothing external. Saturn's northern lights are, in effect, a self-powering atmospheric engine that has been running undetected for the entire history of modern planetary science. It was this self-sustaining cycle, aurora heating atmosphere, atmosphere driving winds, winds generating currents, currents feeding aurora, that was producing the distorted radio signals. The electrical currents created by the wind-driven system were superimposed on the planet's true magnetic rotation signal, creating an artificial drift that looked exactly like Saturn slowing down and speeding up. Scientists had been measuring the fingerprints of an atmospheric engine and mistaking them for the heartbeat of a planet. The discovery also reframes how we think about what an aurora is. On Earth, the northern and southern lights are beautiful, but passive curtains of color produced when solar wind particles collide with our atmosphere. On Saturn, the aurora is something else entirely. It is active. It is generative. It produces heat that drives winds, winds that drive currents, currents that drive the aurora itself. It does not merely glow. It works. And it has been working silently and invisibly for as long as Saturn has been Saturn. We simply did not have an instrument powerful enough to see what it was doing until Webb looked. The resolution of Saturn's rotation mystery is significant enough on its own, but what makes this discovery genuinely extraordinary is what it reveals about other worlds. Saturn is not unique. Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, all 4 giant planets in our solar system, have magnetospheres, auroras, and complex upper atmospheric dynamics. And every measurement of their rotation rates uses the same radio method that was deceiving us at Saturn for 40 years. The implication is direct. We may not know the true rotation rate of any of the outer planets. The measurements we have accepted for decades may all carry the same invisible error. The technique Webb used to solve this, watching trihydrogen cation across an entire planetary day, can now be applied to Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune. The same team that solved Saturn's mystery has already begun work on Uranus's ionosphere using Webb data. What they find may rewrite the rotation rates of every planet in the outer solar system. There is also a broader implication for exoplanet science. Astronomers studying planets around distant stars face the same measurement challenge. If a planet's atmospheric dynamics can corrupt our rotation measurements from within our own solar system, they can corrupt measurements of worlds 100 light-years away. Understanding what happened at Saturn makes us better at reading every planet we will ever study. For 40 years, Saturn told us its rotation was changing. Every spacecraft we sent confirmed it. Every radio telescope agreed, and every single one of them was wrong. Not because of human error, but because Saturn's own northern lights were running an engine so powerful, it had fooled every instrument humanity ever built. We did not understand Saturn's atmosphere until we sent Webb to watch it breathe. What else are we misreading about the planets around us and the ones circling distant stars? Subscribe to join us and we will bring you every answer as it arrives. The solar system is still full of secrets and we are just learning to see them.